Hey, what's up? It's Bill the Universe, and I'm going to do the birth chart readings of Zara, Larsson, and Shenseea. And these were recommended to me by KOX3G. So thank you, KOX3G. I appreciate that. And this person also suggested Tyla. So if you like this person's suggestions, so far they're all beautiful, young singers. So far, that's what they all have in common. So, if you like her suggestions, then give her a shout out. So thank you, KOX3G. So we're going to start with what? Larsson. What I notice is that both of them are from faraway places. Now, I know that's kind of vain of me to say because far away is relative, but I live in America. So I'm vain and ignorant. So for me, if you're from Sweden or from Jamaica, you are from far away. And instantly I think of Jupiter because Jupiter rules far away places. When you are ethnic, when you have moved across the world, when you are from a different place, even if your parents are from a different place, all that will show up in your chart as Jupiter. So we're starting with Zara Larsson. She is a Jupiter Rashi. She's a Sagittarius Sun. This is Vedic astrology. We do astrology differently. This is a 4,000-year-old Indian astrological system, and it ties in very heavily with Hinduism. So we talk about the deities. We talk about Krishna. We talk about Rahu, Ketu, we talk about the Lagna, so we go into the nakshatras, which is the stars. So she's a Mula sun, Mula is a star in Sagittarius. Instantly, that tells me that she could be ethnic, and she is from far away. She's from Sweden. Not only that, but her Ketu, which is her past life, which is her lineage, especially the maternal lineage, is in Purva Bhadra. That's a star in Aquarius, but more specifically, that star is ruled again by Jupiter, the Jupiter Nakshatra. So she's a Jupiter Rashi being in Sagittarius, and she's Ketu in Purva Bhadra, which is a Jupiter fucking Nakshatra. That means that she just comes her bloodline. Like she's like almost wherever she's from, she's like almost pure that. Not only does she and because her sun is Jupiter, it like shines. It very much shows that she's from somewhere. She's definitely like repping some specific part of the world. Which I think is interesting. And it's cool because there's honestly some type of like introverted side that you wouldn't expect. But she is very extroverted. Like she has that talent. These women can actually be like party girls. They can just be fun and extroverted and they know how to party, they know how to hang. It's so interesting with them, even politically, like they can be low key conservative. Like I'm not even gonna lie, they can be low key conservative, even though they're actually very liberal. They always surprise me because they're so liberal. Even themselves, I find them often being bisexual. But a lot of these people kind of don't express that. I see that a lot where they kind of, especially when they have like other planets in Mula. Mula can have like a theme of having this great fear that you must face. And for some reason, it's very, very hard for Mula people to face this type of fear. That's why a lot of these people can be bisexual or queer in some type of way. But then some of them are either really, really lean into it and face to that fear, like Jeffree Star, because he is also Mula. He's also this area of Sagittarius. He's obviously lives in the gay spectrum, right? In the queer spectrum. Or you can have people who are actually super, what's the fucking go? Like repressed, where they're actually very, very conservative. A lot of them, you know what? A lot of them are cops, military. A lot of them are firefighters, big dudes. Arnold Schwarzenegger is this energy. He's Mula as well. The Rock is Mula as well. Like the fucking Undertaker is Mula as well. Like big fucking dudes are also this nakshatra. So that energy within can go into these like petite, not petite, but like smaller, very feminine women. So that kind of energy could you can put inside of a woman, and they're usually blonde. If they're like more Caucasian, then they're almost always like really blonde. That and Ardra are known for being blonde, and it's so funny because now that I'm noticing that, this star Mula, they're usually blonde and they're Sagittarius, and then the other star that's known for being blonde is Ardra, which is in Gemini. And actually they're actually opposite of each other because Gemini is third house and then Sagittarius is ninth house. So that's actually very interesting. But she's got some yogas and I want to read them out loud to you if that's okay. So she has a Vapi yoga. That's in the Akriti Nan Kendra. Okay, hold on. Let me go find it. Yogas are when planets meet, and yogas are pretty much like promises in someone's chart. So she's got a Vapi yoga, and Vapi means well or reservoir. So it means it's when all planets are non-Kendra houses. So that means accumulating wealth, small but lasting comforts, a long life, sweet-tongued, tens, actually can't read that, but long life, sweet-tongued, small but lasting comforts, and accumulates wealth. That's a very, very happy yoga. It's slowly building, and for some reason you don't live like this huge outlandish life, but you do enjoy having plenty. So another one she has is a Kandara yoga. That's Sankhya. That's a Sankhya one. Okay, Kandara is when all planets are in 4 different houses. Okay, this makes you truthful, wealthy, virtuous, doing good to others. So this sounds like a cool chick, resorts to agriculture. That's interesting. That's interesting. I have this yoga as well. And I used to live on this land, and was like an acre of land, and I spent the whole time like learning how to grow crops, how to grow corn, how to grow grapes. Like I was I was growing all this stuff. And I always said that I would like to buy a house again and rededicate myself to like planting and making things grow and stuff like that. And that's funny. I have this same yoga, and it's also very fitting because her other yoga was talking about living small but really good and comfortable life, and then this yoga is about resorting to agriculture, doing good to others. So it just sounds like she's a really cool chick who just is going to wind up being wealthy but not living flashy, kind of living just a more simple life and enjoying the simple things. So she's also got a Raja yoga. Raja yoga is very good because Raja means royal. And does she have any royal planets? Yeah, she's a Pushya moon. She's a Cancer moon. This is why she's very beautiful. Cancer is the most beautiful sign. So it gives you just like a nice face, and it's mixed in with Saturn. So Saturn, you know what? She might have grown up poor. She might have grown up poor. Sometimes it means that one of the parents was very, very wealthy, which is like the exact opposite. But a lot of times it means that she might have grown up like with very humble beginnings. But that's the Saturn part. But the moon part is Cancer, and so it just makes her very, very beautiful. And because it's her actual moon, this could actually mean that her mom was very beautiful too. Like she gets her good looks from her mother. Why did I say that? Why the fuck did I even say? What was the point of saying that? Oh, because because Moon already is a royal planet. So like Madonna is a Cancer Sun, so that's a royal planet, and Michael Jackson was a Leo Moon, so that's a royal planet. Sun and Moon are the royal planets. So there's like a regality with these people. There's something actually very high esteemed in these people, and that makes sense because she's got good yogas. It's saying that she's a cool chick, that she's a giving person, she's humble, and the fact that she's got the fact that she's a Leo ascendant, first of all, and she's got her Rahu in Leo. And her actual moon is in Cancer. That's like regality. The fact that it's all in the ascendant, she's a Leo ascendant and she's a Cancer moon. That's two two regal, two regal placements. Sorry. I don't know why I'm like tripping up. I keep feeling like someone's hearing me. Like, for some reason, it feels ultra quiet. It's like, what is going on? Like, spirit is hearing me. Someone's hearing me. Okay, let me move on. She has Rahu in the first house. That's like a big thing for fame. So apparently, when KO, what's her name? When KOX3G was mentioning Laura, she was saying that she's the person that has this big hit on TikTok or on social media, something like that. Maybe I've heard it, I just don't know it. But that would makes sense because in her chart she has Rahu in the first house. Rihanna has Rahu in the first house. Who else has Rahu? So many people have Rahu in the first house. This is actually a big three for fame. Rahu in the first, Rahu in the 10th, and Moon in the 12th. Those, and apparently Moon in the 5th. Whatever. But those are the big three of fame. And she's got Rahu in the first. So good for her. This also makes her very creative. Like textile, fashion, I wouldn't be surprised if she even started like her own line of something. I would actually encourage her to do that and start her own line of like makeup or something like that. Oh, you know who also was Rahu in the first house? Is Selena Quintanilla. She's that Mexican singer that died like 30 years ago. She had Rahu in the first house, and she had her own fashion line, and she even had fashion shows like that showcased her designs, and she had Rahu in the first house. And Rihanna has Rahu in the first house, and she has Fent Savage, and she has her own line. So this person, she might be a very creative person. So I would encourage her to design, to be a creative person. She might dress really quirky and shit. She might dress like really quirky on stage and be on stage with like fucking angel wings on or something, like, or like overdo it with the glitter makeup, or I don't know, something like that. Rahu is very crazy like that, but they're also very attractive. They're so attractive. Very sexual. I'm not gonna lie, they're very sexual. And the fact that she's got Moon in the 12th house. Moon in the 12th house is actually not that great of a placement. It actually make you very introverted, kind of an escapist, kind of a need to actually be alone. Especially as you grow older, and it can be depressing. It can be kind of a depressing placement. And the fact that she's got like Rahu right next to it. I mean, those are adjacent houses. So you're not really supposed to have adjacent houses, in the 12th house, like right next to it like that. It can make you a little bit depressed. But, yeah. What else? She's a very Ketu person. So when you're a very heavy Ketu person, that means you're a very heavy consuming person. And it's interesting because those big dudes that I talked about, they consume so much food. Like when you're a big, huge bodybuilder, you're consuming thousands of calories a day. Claire Nakti, she's another Vedic astrologer. She made the point that these Ketu women are also very consuming, but not always with food the way the men are. The women can do it energetically to their partners. The best partner for that is Jupiter, because Jupiter has excess energy. So it's perfect for Ketu because Ketu likes to consume, right? So they kind of have this symbiotic relationship. And it's funny because her Jupiter, her 7th house, which is relationships, she has Purva Pada, which is a Jupiter. nakshatra. So she's going to have this type of symbiotic relationship where she is kind of like energetically feeding off of like her spouse, her husband. And it's kind of, it makes it sound like it's kind of like a dependent type of thing. But it really, it's not only is it something that like she energetically is going to demand from him, but honestly, it's also something that he's going to energetically demand from her. Because if it wasn't for her, he would have too much of something. He might grow like too grotesque in this some type of way. He might, like, in a way, she kind of tempers him. So that's why this is a really good relationship. So she's a very Ketu person, not only because she's got Ketu in the 7th house, because that aspects the 1st house, but because she's a Ketu ruled sun. She's a Mula sun. Mula is is ruled by Ketu. It's also the destroyer. These women are very strong. These women are actually very tough. It's not that they have bad tempers. I've seen them get crazy, but it's not that they have bad tempers. Is that they can just handle so much. They're so much like stronger than you think, than they even look. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, very beautiful, very sunny disposition. This chart also looks like what's her name? McKenna Grace. Do y'all know who McKenna Grace is? Let me know if you know who she is. She's that actress. She's a blonde actress. Remember I talked about the blondes? She's that opposite star that is known for blondes, which is Ardra. And that's McKenna Grace. McKenna Grace is Ardra Sun, I think. And so is Pamela Anderson. She's Ardra. She's blonde. And so is Taylor Swift. Okay, guys. All right, cool. Bye. So now I'm going to do Shenseea's chart. Shenseea has a very interesting chart. Shenseea, does she have Jupiter in her chart? Where's her sun? In Hasta conjunct Rahu, also in Hasta. And her moon is in Rohini. And her Ketu is in Uttarabhadrapada. Yes, so okay, that is interesting. So her Ketu is in Jupiter. Her Ketu is in Pisces, which is a Jupiter Rashi. So it's kind of like back and forth. Let's just talk about the wealth first of all. I see a lot of wealth in this chart. Okay, so I see a lot of wealth. I really want to. I want to go with intuition first. I don't want to talk about what I see first. I want to talk about intuition. This woman is like a princess, and she wants to be a princess, and she is a princess, and she wants the money, and she wants it now. There's a new Mariah Carey song, and yes, I keep up with current Mariah Carey songs because I'm that gay, and it's called Me. This is the first song. And that song, it goes, I don't care about much if it ain't about me. Let the money come first, conversations ain't free. Like, that's this energy right here. Very, very womanly, very feminine, very princess energy. Okay, now I'm going to get slack for this. But it's crazy because she's not getting this wealth from she's not getting this wealth completely from this grit. She's getting this wealth like energetically. She's attracting it. She's a very, very feminine person. But she does work really, really smart under the right circumstances. This is a very, very highly intelligent chart because it's so moon. Moon people are the most clever, and moon people are not trying to work. Moon people, this is the thing. Moon people can be seen as very lazy, and when they get wealth, that doesn't mean they're not going to get wealthy, because this lady has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has four. She has four wealth yoga. No, she has four. She has five, including a Raj yoga. This is a very, very wealthy chart. But here's the thing is, first of all, there's so much moon. Moon is a princess. Princess isn't trying to go out there and be a laborer. Hello. That's Saturn. Okay. Like Lady Gaga is Saturn. What's her name? Fucking Barbara Streisand is Saturn. Mariah Carey is Saturn. Joan Crawford was Saturn. Saturn is a tough woman. Saturn is a tough bitch. Saturn is a tough woman. And she does have her Ketu in Uttarabhadrapada. So that is Saturn. So she does come from that type of cut, that type of cloth, especially on her mother's side, because Ketu is the maternal side. And it's conjunct, it's in Uttarabhadrapada. And it's conjunct Saturn, which means that she might have come from a long line of poverty. But here's the thing. She's still a fucking princess. She's got her moon in Rohini. She's got her Mars in Cancer. That's moon. Rohini is in Taurus. She's I don't know what ascendant she is, but she's a Taurus moon. Anyway, she's a Hasta Sun conjunct Rahu. That is all moon. Moon is the most beautiful planet. Moon is the most fertile planet. Moon gives you like abundance. Moon Chandra, the moon god, is the one who blesses you with fertility. Not just with babies, with your ovaries, but also just like planting and nature. You want to, if when the moon is under a moon nakshatra, this is a time where you want to like set new intentions so that the moon can bless with fertility, so that the moon can expand on it. Men with big penises, a lot of time is because they're very moon, because moon blesses with fertility. Moon gives you abundance. And so she is a moon. She's a Rohini moon. The Shakti for Rohini, which is a star in Taurus. Okay, so she's a Taurus moon. But the Shakti for Rohini is giving growth and abundance. When men are this, they can have big penises because they're Rohini. Every time I see a man who's Rohini moon, they want to sleep with me. And I love it because Rohini moon people are just so beautiful. And I just feel so lucky that me and Rohini men are just so compatible, like super, super compatible. I don't care if they're straight. They want me. Anyway, what's the point? Anyway, here's the thing. Her Mars is debilitated. When you have debilitated Mars, that means your prowess, your energy, your stamina, your drive, your passion, your physical exertion is debilitated in some type of way. Okay, because Mars is a warrior. Mars has to go out. And Mars has to go. First of all, it's got to go. It's got to go to Afghanistan. It's got to go to Vietnam. It's got to go to Iraq. It's got to go somewhere. It's got to go fight. It's got to be brave. Okay, but Moon is the mother. Who stays home from the war? Mothers do. Mothers needs to stay home and take care of the home. Mothers are the homeland. This is why the moon is also your homeland. It's crazy because during 9/11, let me not go there. Let me not go there. But moon is home. So what am I talking about? This is why it's debilitated in Cancer. She's got her Mars debilitated on top of being so lunar. That means, but she's got all these wealth yogas because she's so lunar. That means that she's not going to get wealth the conventional way. She's actually going to get it through attraction. Attraction is feminine. Exertion is masculine. Okay? So she's so feminine that she's going to get wealth through being clever. She's going to get wealth through, you know what? I would suggest for her, if she's going to have her Rahu and Hasta, I would suggest for her to get into stocks and bonds and investments. She probably does. She's probably, I guarantee you, this woman is very, very intelligent, like almost like high strung. You know what I mean? She's probably a writer. She probably writes her own music. She can probably write poetry. She probably just has journals. You know what I mean? She probably makes lists. She probably is just always writing. She probably, I write all the time, all the fucking time. I got notebooks up the ass. I got pens on pens. Like, she might have her own office. Like, she is very, very methodical. She might even have a little bit of OCD because Rahu is obsessive and Hasta being in Virgo. You already know Virgo. Like, need I fucking say more? Like, Virgo is the most high strung, and but it's very beautiful. I mean, Virgo is the only actual fucking woman like in the zodiac, so that's why it's like such a feminine. Not only that, but the moon nakshatra of Hasta is very, very beautiful, and that's where her sun is. Now, also, here's interesting. This could be also be very mystical, very like, again, witches. I'm not saying she's a witch, no, but like it can mean like she has like natural spiritual gifts. You know what's a natural spiritual gift is reception, the gift of receptivity. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, she could be psychic. She could be very, very, very intuitive. When you're very, very intuitive like that, you're using your feminine aspect. You're using your yin aspect, not the yang. You're using the yin, the yin. So that means you're attracting. This is why, and she's so moon. She's a Cancer Mars. She's a Rohini moon. She's a Rahu and Sun, Hasta Sun. Yeah. But she will be loved by certain groups. She will be loved by certain groups, by just groups, by the general collective. She will be like kind of seen, whatever like social group she belongs to, or whatever social group she's a part of. She will be kind of seen as like royalty, kind of like a queen or something like that. When she walks into a room, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's Shenseea!" Like, because first of all, she has royal planets, but also because she's got her Ketu in the 11th house. But it's in Uttarabhadra Bada. Uttarabhadra Bada is like literally the queen. Like Mariah Carey, she is Uttarabhadra Bada Sun, and so is Lady Gaga. So is you know who also has her Ketu in Uttarabhadra Bada actually is Madonna. And that's crazy because I keep talking about being a lunar woman and getting what you desire through attraction. And it's so funny because Madonna also has her Ketu in this very spot. So she has a very similar place. She has a same placement as Madonna. And if you've ever heard Madonna talk, yes, she's a very hard worker, but she doesn't kind of see it that way. When Madonna said that when she said she first heard her song on the radio, like in 1982, she said to herself, "Oh wow, it works. It's magic. It really does work." And Madonna is a Cancer moon, and she's a Shravana ascendant, which is also moon. So Madonna's a very lunar woman as well. You know what? This chart is similar to Madonna. That's interesting. But Madonna is very wealthy too. And then what else did Madonna say? She did an interview with I forgot his fucking name, but she did an interview about like 10, 15 years ago. And every time she talks about something she's like working on or a project she did, she always used the word manifestation. She was like, oh yeah, that's another project I'm manifesting right now. Or that's also something that manifested, I manifested. Like she doesn't talk about, you know, I did this, I worked hard for all this, I made it happen. No, she's very lunar. She's very recepting. She's like, I manifested it. Witchy. That's what witches do. And also Madonna even respects astrology. She's like, I'm a Leo sun. I'm a Aquarius rising. Like she knows. And she's said it many times in interviews, like she's a mystical person. She's a very metaphysical person, you know, like I said. So I think that's very cool, very interesting. That's kind of what this lady Shenseea and Madonna have in common, is that they're both very, very, very lunar women who have their Ketu in Uttar Bhadrapada. Now that's interesting because that means that they're very like princessy and they're very like treat me with perfection energy. But at the same time, both of them have their Ketu in Uttar Bhadrapada, which means that they're very first of all, it just means that they're fucking queens, honey. Like what can I say? This is a really cool placement to have. It's possible her husband will have a very large penis because it's in the Venus nakshatra of Purva Ashada. That's in Sagittarius. So remember, Sagittarius can mean faraway places. This could mean that her husband will also be from a faraway place, and that she will definitely, again with the wealth, she can definitely benefit from his resources. Because this Jupiter is in the 8th house. That's a financial powerhouse. So not only is it Jupiter, which is the husband, but it's in the 8th house of financial power and other people's resources. So you already know that means that she's gonna benefit financially from her husband, which is cool. And she's a Rohini moon. This one was bougie. With Rahu conjunct Sun in Hasta. She's very beautiful though. Very intelligent. Like she could be a genius in certain things. Some things you would be surprised that she's very ditzy at, because Moon can be very ditzy. But then all of a sudden, like they have this magical power where they can do something genius that no one has ever thought of. You know? And it's like, whoa, I take it back. You're actually a genius, you know? They kind of have that power. Yeah, very beautiful, kind of vain. I don't care about much if it ain't about me. I'm the DIVA. That's the energy I get from this. That just goes to show you that like success and getting what you want isn't always about exertion. It isn't always about, sometimes it's about your angles, you know, sometimes it's about, you know, I can attract it. I can do it much easier by attracting it, you know, by using my gifts of attraction, using the laws of attraction. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is a very metaphysical chart as well. She might be into astrology and stuff like that. She might be a mystical person. She might be a well-read person, actually, because moon people are nerdy. Okay. All right, guys. Bye.